Welcome back to Okarga Farms here in Northeast Oklahoma on a cloudy spring day. But oh, what a wonderful day to be out in the garden. I think it's in the upper 60s. We've had some light breezy winds this morning. And after our trip just yesterday to Stillwater, I was so excited to get back home and get my plants in the ground. And while I was there, I was thinking about where I was going to place all of these plants. And I have been longing to get down by the pond and actually do some gardening. Add in a few more native plants, start bringing in more boulders, some rocks, and adding a little bit more character around the pond. One of the things we're hoping to do is bring in waterfowl at some point. But what I'm trying to do is actually create a great environment for them, have everything set for them with grasses, plants that they are okay to eat, and have everything really stabilized before we actually bring the ducks or geese or swan, whatever we decide to bring in, have their environment ready. So what I'm going to be doing today is actually planting a lot of the plants that you saw me pull and purchase in the last video when we were out at Bustani Plant Farm in Stillwater. So a lot of the plants that I chose were a lot more warm colors. And if you've been following along, you know I use a lot more blues and purples and a lot of cooler colors more up in the beds by the house. So I've decided down by the pond is really where I'm going to bring a lot more of those warm colors into the garden. And there's no better place than down by the pond to have even more pollinators jumping around and having fun. We like to leave a lot of the area around the edge of the pond very natural. We come in and mow, and if you look in the background, actually the farmers on the farm here around us are actually starting to cut hay. You can see they got out and started to do some cutting just a couple of days ago. We got the area mown around the pond. So it was time to come in and actually start doing some gardening down by the pond. And one of the things I've been wanting to do is just add a little bit more character here and there. We actually dug this pond and put it in. This was just really a runoff on our property. It sloped down. Parts of it were just open, but other parts of it were filled with those horrible calorie pear. So we came in with a bulldozer, took down all the pear, and then decided it would be a perfect place to have a pond here on the property. And we have so enjoyed having it. It faces the front of the house, which is the south side. And every day we see so many ducks and cranes and all kinds of really interesting birds fly in. And then once we come down, there's all kinds of toads, reptiles that we occasionally see. But it really has come to life, and that's what we love doing, is having a great environment that the birds and the bees and all other animals out in nature can come and have a wonderful environment to come and eat and enjoy just as we want to do. So what I'm going to do today is actually had some help bringing some boulders closer down. I'm going to come in first and actually start placing some of these boulders and decide where I'm going to have my planting spaces. These are some daylilies. I believe these are kind of a peachy coral color that we added here, I think a couple of years ago. And what I've done is just allowed them to grow and expand in these wonderful clumps. And what my thought was, I wanted to come in and add some character by actually adding boulders down and around them, and then around the boulders creating some planting spaces. Bring in some unique perennials, maybe a few annuals, but certainly some plants that the pollinators would enjoy. And also to add just a little bit more character here and there. I didn't want a pond that was so manicured all around the edges and everything was all perfect all the time, because we live on a farm. We're out in the country. So we do have these open spaces, which actually we can enjoy sitting in the rocking chairs and occasionally bring out a fire pit and actually sit around with friends in this area. But I also want to leave it really natural, a little bit loose. And that's what we're going to do today, is actually add in some plantings, but keep them very natural, keep them very loose, and certainly enjoy bringing some of those plants and pollinating plants that I bought out at Bustani down to this area. So what I'm going to do first is actually just get down on my hands and knees, probably in the pond a little bit. I'm going to place these boulders so that I can just see what kind of feel I'm going for. I'm just going to loosely play, see if I can create some kind of interest. We're actually today going to be working on this area here, which I would say is on the left-hand side of this little bump out here in the pond. And then I'm going to do something fairly similar on the right side in time. Again, I'm just really starting to do this to add a little bit more of an ornamental feel down beside the pond. And again, I'm just planting this loosely. I'm not really planning anything out. I just want to have fun with it And think about all the critters too, as I do have little areas that maybe the toads can jump up on. Also a place that maybe the butterflies can get down really close to the water, but have some beautiful pollinator plants all around. So I'm going to get down and get to playing, and we're going to see what type of garden I can create right here on the bank of the pond. Well, it's not that often that I find myself in the pond, but I thought this would be a really fun and different project to share with you. So we've had the daylilies in, as I said, for a couple of years, and I've been thinking about what to do to actually make them make a little more sense. So I think having these natural boulders brought in is just going to create a little more interest and also give me great planting areas. What I'm going to try to do now is just go through and weed. I'm going to leave some of the natural grasses that are here. I'm going to leave this dock, so I think it just adds character to this space. I'm going to come in and add some of these pollinator plants. So I'm really just loosening up the soil, trying to find some good planting areas that maybe I can come in with some different plants and just add a little bit of unique interest. I create a little bit of a pocket right up in here. So I'm going to weed this out, get it ready for some planting. Again, I'll probably come back and just hand pull out some of the weeds around some of these plantings, but I'm not going to get carried away with that just right now because I'm still playing, just trying to find some good little natural areas that make sense for planting in some of these pollinator plants that I just purchased. Okay. All right, I have a couple of spots already to add a plant. So let's get started. Because there was so much clay in the ground when we built the pond, I'm going to bring in just a little bit of our landscape and grow mix and work it into the soil just a little bit. It seems actually pretty good. I'm really surprised because, boy, it was a really thick clay when we were digging all of this up. I'm just going to work a little bit of this into the soil. Also, you know, this is what I like to use as mulch as well. So I'm already getting my mulch in the ground as well as I'm preparing. And I have one special plant in mind for this particular spot. This is a plant I know hardly anything about, but when I saw it down at Bustani, I thought, oh, I bet the hummingbirds will just love that. Just look at that beautiful bloom on there. This is a coral bean hybrid shrub getting, let's see, 60 inches high by 60 inches wide. So this can get quite large, but I know the hummingbirds will just love these bright red blooms when the flowers start to peel open just a little bit. And if it does that this summer, just look how it will fill in this space. So I think it's going to be perfect here, perched right next to this boulder that I just brought in. So I'm going to put it here. Also, I'm hoping that, you know, I don't have any type of irrigation down here. And for those of you who don't know, Oklahoma can get pretty dry in the middle of the summer. So I'm trying to keep a lot of these plants clumped together so that if I have to come and do some hand watering, I don't have them stretched out everywhere. And also it looks a little unnatural if you just have one plant spaced here and there. So I'm trying to do them a little bit more of a natural feeling clumps as you go around the pond, but also to help with watering, because that certainly can be quite a booger when it's 110 degrees out here and it's been very, very dry. So I'm just going to come in now. I'm going to start with what should be my largest plant to go in to this scheme. And I'll get this one planted. And then we will go around and place a few more plants and decide exactly then how we want to lay out this particular planting area for the summertime. All right, that's one plant in. I've got just a few more to go, but I'm so excited. I'm glad to see a few more of my gardening ideas come to life, and getting a few more of these planting areas around certainly extends my areas that I get to plant. Don't have everything all up against the house, and I'm anxious to see actually how these are going to perform down by the pond. So now I'm just going to go around and do some more placing and decide exactly what other plants I'm going to add to this area. All right, what do you think? I'm just finishing up. I'm going to do some watering, and I think this is going to be an interesting project to watch. Of course, surrounded in this entire area is Bermuda grass. So I'm going to have to really watch, make sure the Bermuda grass doesn't come in this summer and choke everything to death, and keep up with my watering because they are new plants. But I'm going to walk you through and show you what I chose. Of course, all of the plants that I planted today come from Bustani Plant Farm in Stillwater that we picked up in that last video. And I just wanted to dot around a few annuals and perennials. Our annuals are probably going to get a lot larger, and then our perennials will get rooted in this year and then hopefully come on next year. But I took the colors. I started with that coral bean hybrid here in the middle, which is supposed to get 5 feet tall and wide. So we'll be able to check that one later on. And then I put the nectar wand red false vervain on each side. That's an annual, a tropical here, but a beautiful color, and certainly something that I think is going to draw in all of the hummingbirds throughout the summer. And I just love that intense color. I have actually grown this plant before a few years ago in the purple or bluish tone and really enjoyed it. So I was glad to get this plant again, but I'm going to try it in this different red color. Again, don't do a lot of reds up by the house, so it's nice to have a place down by the pond that I feel like I can mix those in and they'll look nice and colorful. Then for perennials, I added in this Mexican cap, which is going to be a nice kind of mini, kind of like a little mini sunflower in a way, with a really dark center and those yellow petals that come out on the side. A beautiful native plant to have down here by the pond. And then on this side, to kind of balance that yellowy gold color, I chose this Leonidas or lion's ear. Again, another perennial for us, and a plant that I have never seen in person and been able to buy. So I was so excited to find this. I dotted 3 of those Leonidas here. I put 3 of the Mexican caps over there just to kind of balance out the color and hopefully the size and growth of the plants. Again, just dotting them in around the daylilies, which are already established, but I'm already noticing I have runners all the way down to the edge of the pond. So I'm really excited to see the daylilies have really grown and they're spreading, which is exactly what I want them to do. I like having this kind of a lush, weepy type of clump here. Again, we're going to have a break where we're going to have just grass. We'll keep that a little more tidy. And then we're going to do another ornamental clump on the other side of this, got a little bump out here in the pond. So in order to balance these 2 areas, I've kept a couple of the same plants just so that when I'm able to install the other side, it'll have a very similar feel. I've kept a couple of the Nectar-Wand red false vervains, and then also this mammoth Long Island deal, which is a great pollinator host plant. I'm going to put one of those over in that clump as well. I think I also have 3 more of the Leonidas, which I'll add to the area as well. But again, this is going to be a trial garden for me, being way far away from the house. I'm always very conscious of what needs water and weeding when it's up close to the house, and not being down here all the time. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to have to remember to get out here and take care of these plants and see how this goes. I think if we'll just do a couple of areas here and see if they're going to be able to be sustained throughout the season and actually grow and thrive, then I can go ahead and start doing what I really want to do, is having several pockets of these plantings around the pond. One thing I want to show you, come right over here, we have the yellow flag iris in bloom. And this bunch that we have over here, we started out in the far corner. You may see way over on the other side of the pond. That's actually where the clump began. But this area came from one plant. We planted this, I think it was 3 years ago when the pond was finished up, from one plant. And I want you to look, this year it finally has taken off, and of course, all in bloom here in the pond. This is just a great, unique planting space, a great little habitat, and one that I think once we have the waterfowl is really going to come to life. Again, I'm trying to get it all planted and ready for them, so there'll be a lot of grasses and things for them to eat as they're living here on the pond, so that they'll be nice and happy to live here at Okarga Farms. Well, I see the farmers are out. They're getting ready to rake the hay and get it baled this afternoon, so it's going to get noisy here in a minute. And it's probably time to take Colonel in to get a treat after he's finished with his duties, I will say. We will take him in and get his treat and have some lunch. But it's been a fun day. It's a great day to be out gardening when it's nice and overcast and still cool. And it's been so far a wonderful spring here in Oklahoma. So no complaints at all. Well, I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed seeing us put the plants in that we bought on the last shopping trip. Again, we're going to follow along, see how well they do this summer, and hopefully I will stay up on them and keep them happy as well. So if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me, the Preppy Gardener, and I'll be back with another video very soon. All right, Colonel, let's go in for lunch.